I'm Taylor, and today we're talking about my experience between rural and remote schools. So I moved in year 8 to a rural school in Toowoomba, and from prep to year 8 I was in a suburbia school at Gladstone Park. So some of the differences I found between the two schools were, one of the main ones were the inter-school sports side, so extracurricular side. I loved sport. I competed in Australian championships through my school in Gladstone Park. And when I moved to Toowoomba and I really found out that they don't do inter-school sport, I was kind of heartbroken. I guess it's a bit difficult when your school is 30 minutes from another school, whereas at Gladstone Park, there were schools around the corner, a 10-minute bus ride or, 15-minute walk. So that kind of sucked, especially for a really big sport lover. Another thing that was very different was the technology. At Gladstone Park, nearly every classroom had a computer lab in it, and even the MVC, they got to have laptops. At Toowoomba, they weren't so fortunate, so they had one classroom which had about 35 computers in it, and obviously with a school that has so many students fighting over one classroom, there wasn't much time to do assignments on computers. You either really didn't get to complete and want to do your homework or stuff on a computer unless you kind of your personal one that you were allowed to bring to school. And even when we were allowed to use computers, the internet wasn't the greatest. It was very slow and laggy compared to Gladstone Park because obviously reception and stuff isn't the greatest. In Gladstone Park, for example, when I was in year 7, there was classes from A to K, which had like 25 students in it. But at Toowoomba, there was only 3 classes. When I was in that year 8, there was only 3 year 8 classes, and there was like 20 people in there. So there was like not as many students. Everyone kind of knew everyone at Toowoomba, which was a good and bad thing, I guess. Another thing that in the lower levels, a lot of them were combined, so you kind of stuck with the same people. You didn't really change. So for example, like the grade 2s knew the grade 1s and grade 3s, and because they would have 1 year they would have the year above, and then the next year the year below. So they all kind of hung out together, which was kind of good because they didn't have that age barrier, and there was no more the older kids that bullied the younger kids because they were all in classes together and stuff, so they kind of knew each other. Another thing was, that wasn't such a bad thing, I guess, but when I was at Gladstone Park, I lived literally around the corner from my school. It was like a 3-minute walk, so I used to walk to and from school. Toowoomba, I wasn't really going to walk 30 k's to school, so either my parents had to drive me, or if they couldn't drive me, I'd have to catch the school bus, and the school bus only came one time at my local bus stop one time, so if I missed it, when my parents were home, I would have to walk 30 k's or get in trouble and not go to school. So that was a bit annoying. Even on the way home was the same kind of thing. You had to get on that school bus that went to your local stop, or you were staying at school. And I guess that was kind of annoying because it also deterred me from having like a social life after school at Gladstone Park. Sometimes after school, like the end of term, we would go to like Macca's after school that was like near our school and hang out, and then I'd be able just to walk home or whatever. A lot of my friends used to catch like the bus. It would catch a bus home, which the bus came like every half an hour, so it was really like convenient. Toowoomba, we couldn't really have a social life. There was nothing really around us. I couldn't go to like the shops or the milk bar after school and hang out for a bit. You either could just go to your friend's house, or you'd have to like meet up outside of that. One thing that I did like at Toowoomba, which was definitely 110% better than Gladstone Park, is Gladstone Park I found, as it was suburbia, it was just one little school with houses and main roads and everything surrounded and next to it. But Toowoomba obviously was secluded. It was by itself, so next to it was just car park and fields and fields and fields. So in year 12 we had like a market garden that we designed our year level, and it was cool because on our free periods we could go just help out the market garden, and they had seats and stuff so we could just chill outside and like study and stuff, which was more relaxing than always being in the classroom constantly like book work. So I really liked that it was more, I say, hands-on. We had time to do a lot more experiments, and because we had so much land around us, we got to go outside a lot more, and so that was good. I really enjoyed that. I guess this was linking to my teaching, as I've always wanted to teach in a rural school. I feel like the atmosphere is much more different to suburbia. I feel like everyone's more um, not nicer, but just more relaxed. Like a lot of suburbia people, there's much more pressure on them, but I feel like it was much more pressure. But in like I know that everyone knows everyone, so everyone's kind of, there's no fighting. I felt as much either, and yeah.